Hey, cheers everyone. Southern Vermont Vintage. So we hit up the estate sale, and I mean, this is ironic. It seems like every time I go to a sale, I nail something. Big time, nail something. So we went over to this ritzy place, couple $1 million home probably, piece of property, probably on like 2 acres and like probably a couple $1 million. But anyways, they had two bookshelves down in the basement, about 6 foot long shelves. No one took any of the books, or there was a couple books that people had taken, but everything got passed on. So at the end, I ended up making a deal with the guy, taking the books and a bunch of other shit for like $150 and stuff, which is always a killer deal. Um, but earlier that day during the auction, these folks in every room had like a carousel horse, like one of these old style wooden carousel horses, all prettied up and stuff. And they were on like a wooden base stand. They have a brass pole that goes up the center on a few of them. Some of them didn't, but they were all on stands. So throughout the day, they're going $800, $1,200, and stuff out of my price range because I don't have knowledge in it at all. So they get to this one in the living room, and they pull it away from the wall, and they like flipped it over to look at the bottom, maybe to see if there's some markings or something on it. And on the bottom of the stand, it said 2010. I think that put in everybody's head that this was a fake. I was like, oh, well, I'll try bidding on it. So I bid up to $150, and nobody went over me. So I'm thinking too, I got no knowledge that, this was probably a fake, but either way, the work and the detail and the size of it, because it's literally the size of a carousel horse, like what you'd see at the carnivals and stuff. Um, and just the brass pole, and there's like a really nice stand. It's like 2 foot wide, like 5 feet long that it stands on. Really nice. So I'm just like, even if it is a reproduction, $150 as a steal just for the work that's done on it. So later on, get home, unloading everything, putting stuff away, got the books, and then we're like, oh, geez. So obviously these folks loved collecting, these carousel horses. Look at this. We got a book about them out of their collection and stuff, which is cool. Maybe we can do some research and see, maybe even like ours would be worth some money and stuff. So we're like, that's cool. That's cool. Um, so we're looking through here, flipping through this book, and some of the stuff looks familiar, some of it doesn't. This isn't something I normally go for or check out. Well, we get to the back of the book, and we get to this, and we're like, oh, wow, dude, no way. Are you serious? Like, this is cool. Like, what do we got here? Maybe some money. I found money before. Five $100 crisp bills is the most I've ever found before. But it's got this in here, so I'm like, oh, all right, some paperwork or something. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's the horse I got. Yeah, and that's the stand, and that's the brass pole, and the tail is real horsehair. Well, this is the evaluation from an appraiser from 2012, and they valued it then at $4,500. So this is not a fucking reproduction. It is real. Score, baby. Woo! That's what we like right there. That is what we like right there. And yeah, 100% legit. 100% legit. So now I got to find some folks that are into something like this. The value could be a lot more. I mean, the value could go down too. I wouldn't think the value would really go down much given the fact of how old it is. But you never know. Things go up and down all the time. I don't expect to get top dollar because this is not my lane. So I'll have to put it into a shop or put it into the hands of somebody that's looking for this and just give them a really good deal. I paid $150. I can't go wrong. Like, even if I sold it, even if this was the value today, it still says $4,500 and I sold it for $3,000, I'd be totally happy. And so would the buyer. But who knows? I got to look into a little bit on just value and see if the value of these have been going up. But awesome score today. Right there. Yes. Southern Vermont Vintage. Peace out. Much love.